In this video, we're going to talk about adding the Adsense code. Okay, now there's no mystery about it. You just add the code to your site. But you need to do it the right way. In the past, the wisdom was that you should make the code just match and put it inside here. So you would have no borders. Your background color would be the same as what's in here. Your text would be the same here so that it looked like part of the content. But new tests have shown that there's a different way that works better, and that is to match your site colors. Okay, so if we look at our site right now, we have blues and greens and oranges and so on. And what we'll do is we will create an ad block with the colors that we have in here. So we might create one with a blue border and put it up in here. Now also what we used to do is create a large ad right here at the top of the content, a large block. But now we found that by research that wide ads get better clicks. So we're going to put wide ads wherever we can. Also, wherever there is a call to action, like click a button, you should be putting a small ad block underneath there. So for instance, we have a video over here. We should put on the sidebar a small ad block over here. If you have an opt-in form on your page, you should be putting an ad block right underneath that as well. And we need to be using picture and text ads. Because our site is full of content, including pictures and text, you should be using picture and text ads. Okay, so it's quite simple to do. Just go over to your Adsense account, and then we'll set up a new ad unit. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to be creating a skyscraper ad. So if we look in here, we have a wide skyscraper, which is 160 by 600. That's the type of ad we're going to use. Okay, and then up here we'll give it a name, so we'll call it gardening. Okay, and I'm just going over the basics here. You can create ad channels as well, custom channels, and I'm not really going to go over any of that, but I'm going to just show you how to get your ads together so that they get the best click rate on your site. Okay, and actually it is a good idea to create an ad channel or a custom channel for your ads so you know where they are. So let's just go here and we'll call it gardening. Okay, and let's just save that. Okay, so here we are in gardening. Okay, now down here, this is where we can set our colors. Now they have their own scheme here that you can use, or you can create your own colors here. So when we say border, we can change the border color, we can change the title, background, text, and the URL colors. We can change the font families and the font size. Okay, so we need to go to custom colors to be able to set our own. Okay, so now you see that the border is showing us the white in hex here. So what we need to do is go back to our site and decide what our border color is going to be for this skyscraper. And I'm going to make it this color here. It's a blue. So what you want to do is get a tool where you can match the color of your site easily. Okay, and you can get this quick HTML color picker from download.com, and I have put a link in the resources document. So let's just download this. Okay, we'll save it, and then we'll open it here. Okay, so we'll open this up when it gets downloaded here. Click yes. Okay, now the thing about the CNET downloader, let me just move this down here, is it will try and install things that you don't particularly want. Now this is what we do want, but along our way here it's going to try and install things that we may not want, so we can deny to have them. For instance here, this is for install search protection, so we don't want that. So we're going to decline this one. So let's click decline. Here's another one. Software adds features and blah blah, so decline. Okay, we're going to decline this one, in-depth reviews and coupons. Okay, and then again, DL cleaner, decline. And here we go. Now we're installing. Install now. And then there's our color picker. So all we have to do is click on the thing. Let me just move it out of the way here and I'll show you. Back to our site. Okay, so if we want to match something on here, we just bring this up, click pick color, and then we'll put it right here by the blue border that we want to use. And then we'll tap it, and there's the color right there. So we can just grab this, copy, take it over to our Adsense code, and then we'll put it over here where the border is. Okay, now title. Let's go back here. Let's say we want to make our title the green color that's in this gardening logo up here. So again, pick color, up to here, put it on there, click, there's our color. So we copy it again, and we're going to put it in where title is. Background, we're going to leave as white. Text, we'll set the same as our title. And then URL, we'll set the same as our title. Okay, font family, we can use optimal, or we can set that the way we want here. Let's say Verdana, font size optimal, or we can make them small, medium, or large. Let's make it medium. And then we'll save and get code. Okay, let's save and get code. Okay, and here it is here. So we just select this. And we can copy it. You'll see here is synchronous, and we have synchronous. Okay, so asynchronous works a little better on your site. It's a little more smooth. It lets your site load smoothly and without any delays. Gives you a little bit better of a user experience. Okay, so we'll copy it. Okay, and now we need to put it on our site. Okay, so since we created a 160 by 600 skyscraper, that's going to be something that we're going to be putting on the sidebar. So we're going to put one in the sidebar, we're going to put one underneath here, and then add under any call to action. Okay, so the easiest way to do this is with a widget. So let's go over to here and widgets. Now we can place AdSense code anywhere on here using a text widget. Okay, so let's go down, let's grab a text widget, and then we will put it right under recent posts. Okay, so all we have to do now is paste our code in there, save. Okay, and now that will add our code to our sidebar. So throughout the site, wherever the sidebar is shown, we are going to see our 160 by 600 skyscraper there with our custom colors on it. Okay, now this is an image ad that's showing up because it hasn't crawled our site yet. Once we get a proper ad in here, it will look the way we want it to. Okay, so the next piece is to put one across in here. So let's go back to our AdSense code and let's create a new ad. So create a new ad unit. Okay, so now we're going to go look for horizontal. So we have different sizes we can try here, and by assigning them ad units their own channel, you'll be able to tell which ones are performing best. Now if we look down here, we have other horizontal. We have a large mobile banner, which is 320 by 100. We have 460 by 60, which is a normal size banner. I would not use that one. 970 by 90 is a large leaderboard. So that one might be a little too big depending on your theme. So you have to kind of work with your theme here to see what you can put in there. Okay, so let's go with, I'm going to go with just the 300 by 250 medium rectangle. Okay, and then we text and display. Okay, and back up ads, show blank space or what you're going to do there. Okay, so now I'm going to use gardening again. Okay, and then down here, we could have saved our custom colors last time. Okay, so you can save an ad style from the colors we put in there, which I forgot to do. But we need to put the same colors back in here again, or this time we could go with an orange maybe. So let's get our color picker, and then let's pick color, and then let's pick this color right here. Okay, so let's copy. So back to ads, that's going to be our border color. Okay, now title. We can go with the green again. So title, background we'll leave, text, URL. We can leave, I'm just going to leave these this time. Now, you'll see here, we're going to create a style, and then we can give it a style name, Garden Orange. Something that means something to us. So let's save the ad style. You see now that it's showing up down here, so we can just click that, and our ad will take on that color scheme now. Okay, up here, we could go wide orange. Okay, let's save and get the code. Okay, let's copy this. Okay, and now we got to put that code onto our site. So let's go back to our website here. And then this time we're going to want to be putting it up in here. Okay, so the best way to do that again is going to be to either edit the theme or to get a plugin. Now you get more control if you edit the theme, and if we put it on, if we edit the theme, we only have to edit it in two places, which will be the index page, which is this page that shows all of the posts on one page, and then the single post page. Okay, and then we're going to put it on top here, right underneath the title. Okay, so it's not as complicated as it sounds. We're going to go over here, and we're going to go to themes, and then we're going to go to editor. Okay, and then we're going to go to index. So that is main index template. It says index.php. Okay, now what we want to do in here is put it. Now there's always a loop inside your themes here, but what we're going to do is we're going to put it right here, just where the content div is. Okay, so I'm going to paste my code right there, and then I'm going to save. Now, if you're not comfortable with editing your theme, remember you can just come in here and take it back out if you make a mistake. You can always go and install a number of the WordPress plugins. Will let you pick where you want the content to go as well. And that might be easier for some people, but I like to have the ultimate in control. So let's visit the site. Okay, and you'll see here, there's where our code is now. So it's right above the title. Okay, so that's exactly where we wanted it. And you'll see it only shows up once on this page. Now the other place we need to put that code is on the single post page. So let's go here, back to themes. And then we need to go to editor. And then we need to go to single posts. So here's single post. It'll say single.php. Okay, and then here again, this one's a little easier because it only shows one post. But we're going to just put it in the content just right near the top here, just under this first div. Let's paste it in there and let's save. So we'll update that. We'll visit the site. Okay, now let's go into this post. Okay, that actually put it over here, so that wasn't quite right. Let's try that again. Let's go to themes again. And then editor. Back to single. See what I mean? If you make a mistake, you just take it right back out again. Okay, so this script here. So from there until the end of the script tag here. So we'll take that out. Okay, so the mistake I made before was I put it in this first div, which is the whole page, rather than under here, which is the post content itself. So let's paste it in there. And let's save or update. Now let's have a look again. Okay, so here we are now with it in the proper place. Okay, so that's all you have to do. You're going to want to put two static ones in, one here and one at the sidebar, and you can just test out how those work for you. Now the other one, like I said, is going to be underneath any call to action. So wherever you have a opt-in form or something, you want to just grab a text box or an image box and put it right underneath there. So it's going to be manual code entry. You could put it right in your post if you needed to do it that way. Okay, so if you had an opt-in box right in your post, you'd put it right in your post. Okay, so that's how you get your AdSense content in there and optimized. Okay, and just one more thing in this video, we need to go to dashboard, and we're going to install a plugin for AdSense TOS to make sure that our site follows that. Probably should actually do that before you even put any content on there. So let's add new. And then in here, we're going to put AdSense. And then we're going to roll down until we find the AdSense TOS plugin. AdSense privacy policies, this is what we want, so install that. I'd already installed that, but I want to make sure that you get that installed. And that gives you the privacy policy for your site. Okay, so we go down to settings and then AdSense privacy policy. Okay, so just fill in what we need here. Okay, so include a link to the privacy policy, browser configuration, include credit link for AdSense privacy policy, page title, and we just create the page. And there we are. Okay, let's go have a look at our site. Okay, and here's our AdSense privacy policy. It keeps us in line with the AdSense TOS. Okay, so there we go. And in the next video, we're just going to go over how to get the traffic started.